Okay, this is a tutorial to show you how to create an animation with something called Serif Draw Plus 8, and we're going to create a complex loop. We're going to use action script, which is something that you can use in Flash, but it's probably a little bit easier in this software. Now, before I actually explain much with this, Draw Plus has actually been discontinued. You can still get the free version of this software from Serif, although there are a few sellers on eBay selling the software at quite a reduced rate, so it's still worth having. There are a few glitches with it, and there's a few sort of errors as it appears, and you'll see a few glitches, I'm sure, as we go through this demo. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is go to New Drawing, and then we're going to go Keyframe Animation, and we're going to choose a size. Now, if you don't want to do any of these sizes, you can specify your own, but for simplicity, I'm going to go for one of these half-page ads. Now, when you click on this, it's going to set up a canvas for you, and at the bottom here you have a storyboard. This is where this software comes into its own. It's lovely and easy to use. Now, I'm going to start by making a bit of a scene, because we're going to create almost like a shooting type game, where when they click on an object, if they click on the object rather, it'll then go and jump to a certain frame. So I'm going to click and drag there. You can see I've just used the shape tool and I'm creating two shapes. Now, to change the color, I'm going to click on the color wheel, and we're going to go in the center first to choose the shade, and then around to choose the actual color. So I've got a blue here, and I'm going to do then a sort of greenish then for some sort of land, or whatever you want to call it, ground. So you can see we've got that there. Now, if I wanted to play this, if I click on the play button, what it'll do is it'll render the scene, and you can see it's rendered it there. Now, we haven't done anything to it at the moment to animate, so it's obviously not going to do anything. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my A tool here, and I'm going to click on and draw into the grey area. Now, anything I put in this scratch area will not appear on my actual canvas here, so I'm just going to say hit the B to win. So I'm going to centralize this text a little bit in this text box, and I'm going to change the font to something that's going to be a little bit different. As you can see, Draw Plus comes with a range of different fonts. You can use pretty much whatever you want, so I'm going to use something like that there. And if you want to change the font color, you can use it on the color wheel. I'm not going to do it on this frame. I'm going to click Insert, then click OK, and then move this over here. Now, it's very hard to pick up on the screen, but there is a really faint dotted line here. That's what's called a motion tween, and essentially it's a motion path, so it shows the motion of an object. And if I click on the text now and then change the color of it, and then click Insert, and then click OK, what I've done now is I've created a number of frames, and if I just play this, you can see this is a constant loop there. Hit the B to win, and it's obviously looping around. Now, that's all very good, and we haven't done much to this frame, but we haven't done much to this animation, but we've got a few frames ready, set to go. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a box which is going to appear on this frame screen, and I'm going to right click on this box, go to text, and then edit text, and I'm going to say click here. Click here. Now, you can change the fonts here using the drop down menus, so I'm going to highlight it and go for something a little bit different, and we're going to make this a little bit bigger, and if you want to change the colours, obviously you can there as well. So I'm going to click OK, click the tick here to save it, so we got click here. Now, by default, if I just press the play again just to show you, this will appear and then flash and obviously just loop again. Now, what we are going to do is click on this little triangle here, and I'm going to click on this little tick here to stop playhead. Now, what this is going to do is it'll play the animation to a point, and you can see now it's stopped looping. Now, if I click here, it actually doesn't do anything because we haven't told it to. So the first thing I'm going to do is click Insert, click OK, and then I'm going to actually delete this text. And I'm going to delete this button, because what I actually want to do is be able to have something then playing with the next set of frames. And in order to do that, I'm going to click on my gallery tool, and then I'm going to look in my gallery. I'm going to go to clip art, and you can see I've got a bumblebee, and I'm going to click and drag that in. Now, as I've just added this into the corner here on the grey area, it's not actually going to do anything. It's not actually going to appear on my computer at all. What it's going to do is it'll remain hidden. Now I'm going to click insert, then click OK, and I'm going to move the bee over here, and then I'm going to click insert, then click OK again, and I'm going to move over, and you can see I'm just doing this repeating pattern here because I'm just getting the bee now to go across the screen like so. And then what I'm going to do on the next part now is I'm going to click insert and then click OK. I'm going to actually delete the bee from this frame, and then I'm going to make a winning sort of script here. So I'm going to just put on here, you win, and I'm going to change the font here a little bit by highlighting it, click on the drop down, turn it to white so it stands up, and then we're going to get another little bee then in the top corner or top center like that. Now, what ideally I'm going to try and do is get this to go to a point. So when I click on this button, what it's going to do is go next and advance the frame, and then the bee will go between. And then if we manage to click on the bee whilst it's on this frame, then it should jump to this end frame. Now if I just show you what this is going to look like at the moment, right? If I obviously click the play, because we haven't told this button to do anything, obviously it's still not going to do anything else that we obviously needed to do. So if I go back to this frame here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the button here and click on actions, and I'm going to click then on mouse press. So when I press the mouse, it's going to do something. Now if I double click on this or click at edit there, it'll bring up this editor window. And if I do timeline actions, click on here, and then what I'm going to do is tell it to play movie. So if I click on the start there, sorry, the arrow to move over, click OK. Next time now, when I play this, hit the B to win. Now when I click here, you can see my mouse changes, but now we've got the bee flying in and out and doing all various different things. Now you probably did see now for a very brief second that the you win will flash up, but then it'll loop again. Right. Now what we need to do is we need to put two markers in here. So I need to stop this here completely again, and I also need to put another marker in here. Right. The difference being is I've got two markers, so when we enter these frames here, what I actually wanted to do is start to loop. Okay? Now, there's a few things we can do with this. I'm going to click on this marker again. It already says stop playhead, so I'm going to call this one loop and click OK. And then I'm going to click on this marker here, and I'm going to call this end. And there is a reason for this. Now when I click on the play, just to show you what's going to happen, now when I click on the click here to play, what it's going to do is the bee is going to come in and out, and then it's going to stop. So what's happening is it's done these 5 frames, and then it's come to this end marker. Now what we need to do is create this to loop. So I'm going to right click, go to frame actions, timeline, and then I'm going to go to marker X, and from this drop down now I've got two options. I can either loop or go to the end, but I actually want to loop. So if I click OK again and play this, obviously hit the B to win comes in, and then I can click here. Now you can see it's come in from the top corner, and now it's looping, and it started to loop again, which is brilliant. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Now the downside is, if I click on this bee, nothing actually happens. So we now need to set a state for the bee. Now you've got to be on one of these frames for it to work. So I'm going to click on this and then click on the B, and then I'm going to click on mouse press again, double click, and I'm going to say timeline actions, go to marker, move this over, and then we're going to choose the end option here and click OK, and then click OK there. Now what's going to happen is when I click the play here and it renders, we obviously are going to click here to start, and now notice when the B goes over the mouse will actually change to a little hand for showing as clickable. And now if I click on the B, as I think quick enough, it'll come up then with you win. So that's obviously now going through this, so it's getting to a stop point here, it's waiting for the click event, and then as soon as it enters this set of frames here, it's in a continuous loop, and then when I click on the B, it's going to break out of this loop, go to this last marker, and then stop. And that's how you'd use ActionScript with markers and so forth in Serif.